My 27F, husband's 27M, first love, 28F, contacted him wanting to apologize and reconnect. Should I be concerned? I've been with my husband Liam for almost 8 years now, married for 3, and for the most part, our relationship has felt rock solid. We've built a life together, moved cities, grown through our struggles, and I truly thought we had that kind of unshakable trust. Then his ex reached out. And everything shifted. Let's rewind. Before me, Liam had one serious relationship, his high school sweetheart Danielle. First love. First everything. They dated from senior year into college and were, according to him, inseparable. He drove hours every weekend just to see her when they were at different colleges. He loved her deeply. Like, the kind of love you bleed for. But it ended badly. She got deep into some religious thing, tried molding him into someone he wasn't, and it blew up in a really toxic, dramatic way. He told me she got manipulative and emotionally abusive toward the end. After the breakup, they went no contact. For years. Then I came along. We started slow, he had walls up, trust issues, all that, but we got serious. We built something real. I helped him unlearn so much of the emotional damage from that relationship. And never once in all our years together has Danielle come up outside of the occasional story or reference from the past. Until 2 weeks ago. We had just moved into a new house and shared a post about it. A few days later, Danielle messages Liam out of nowhere. Says congrats, hopes we're well, blah blah. Harmless, right? Except. I immediately got this weird feeling. Something about it felt off. Still, I didn't say much. They exchanged a few casual messages about house stuff. He told me about it, and I let it go. A few days after that, he sits me down and starts with, "Don't freak out." Which, let's be real, is never a good sign. Apparently Danielle had sent him this long message pouring her heart out, apologizing for how she treated him, saying there were things she needed to say face to face. She wanted to meet. In person. I had my doubts. But after thinking it over, and talking to a friend who had a similar experience, I agreed. Maybe it was just closure. Maybe it would give him peace. But I wanted to go with him. Even if I just waited in the car. He said no. Said I'd be bored, it wouldn't take long, and I trusted him. So he went alone. He left early Saturday morning to meet her halfway. He said he'd be home by lunch. He wasn't. 4.5 hours later, I started to wonder if I'd made a huge mistake. So he leaves around 8 in the morning to meet her at some cafe halfway between our towns. I'm trying to stay chill, but something in my chest feels off. He said it'd be an hour, maybe 2 tops. Just her apologizing and them catching up a bit. He even promised to keep me updated. First hour goes by, nothing. I text him, "How's it going?" He replies, "All good, she's just talking." Cool. Second hour rolls in, still nothing. I text again. He says they're still catching up. Third hour, I'm pacing around the house. Fourth hour, I'm not even pretending anymore. I'm straight up pissed. Like, what could they possibly still be talking about after all these years? He finally gets home almost 5 hours later. Walks in like it's no big deal, but I'm already boiling inside. I ask him what the hell happened, and he starts explaining everything like it was some emotional reunion episode on TV. He says Danielle apologized, like, really apologized. Took accountability, admitted to the manipulation, the guilt-tripping, how she tried to force him into a version of himself he didn't even recognize. She told him her head was all messed up back then, said the religious stuff warped her brain and she projected all of it onto him. He said it felt cathartic. Closure. Then, they kept talking. They talked about their lives, college, jobs, mutual friends, marriages, everything. Then apparently, she started crying. Crying. Telling him how her marriage is falling apart. How her husband isn't the man she thought he was. That he's distant, cold, checked out. She's overwhelmed with their baby, and she doesn't know who to talk to. She told Liam she's scared of starting over. That she feels stuck. So what did Liam do? He sat there and listened. 4 hours. Just letting her unload her emotional baggage right onto him. He said she just needed someone outside her circle to talk to. Someone who understood her. And apparently, that person was my husband. I told him straight up, this is not okay. You don't become someone's emotional crutch when they still hold feelings for you. That's not closure. That's planting seeds. I could feel it. Danielle wasn't just trying to apologize, she was reaching. Testing the waters. He swore up and down that it wasn't like that. Said she respects marriage and would never do anything to hurt ours. But the way he looked at me when I said I didn't want them talking anymore, he looked torn. And I knew in that moment, something had shifted in him, too. That night, I thought we were done talking about it. I said my piece. He listened. We ate dinner like normal, watched some dumb reality show, tried to pretend things were fine. But I could tell something was off with him. He got quiet. Not the peaceful kind of quiet, the heavy kind. The kind where someone's battling a war inside their own head. I asked him what was wrong, and he kept brushing it off. I'm tired. Just thinking. It's nothing. That kind of thing. Then finally, as we were getting into bed, he just blurts it out. Like his chest couldn't carry the weight anymore. There's something else I need to tell you. My stomach dropped. That feeling where the air gets sucked out of the room and your ears start ringing. He looked me straight in the eye and teared up. I'm thinking the absolute worst, like, did they kiss? Did something happen? No. Not that. But it wasn't much better. He tells me that during their talk, Danielle confessed that she still has feelings for him. That even after all this time, after both of them moving on, getting married, having lives, she still holds a torch for him. Said her husband isn't half the man Liam is. That she never stopped wondering, what if? And then Liam says the part that hit me like AF * King freight train, that he realized he still has unresolved feelings for her too. He swears it caught him off guard. Said he never thought she felt that way, and it opened up something inside him that he thought was long buried. Not that he wanted to act on it, but that it made him question things. That maybe those feelings were always sitting quietly in some corner of his heart, and hearing from her just woke them up. I didn't even know what to say. I just sat there, blinking at the ceiling like my whole body had gone numb. I mean, I get it. First loves leave marks. They shape you. And sometimes nostalgia can trick your brain into thinking those feelings are still real. But I'm not just his wife. I'm the one who rebuilt him. The one who stood by him while he figured out how to love again. And now he's telling me there's still a piece of him that belongs to someone else? I told him, point blank, that I'm not okay with them talking. I don't care if she's hurting. She has a husband. A child. A life. And now she's using my husband as her emotional life raft. No. Absolutely not. He said she would never try to come between us. That she respects marriage too much for that. And I couldn't even respond to that. Because deep down, I knew that was a lie. The next day, I tried to push past everything. I needed space in my own head, but Liam was being weird again, quiet, twitchy, like he was half here, half somewhere else. He was showing me something on his phone, some TikTok, and while I was watching, a notification popped up. It was her. Danielle. Just her name on the screen made me feel sick. I asked him about it, and he downplayed it, said it was nothing. Just her saying thanks for listening, that kind of thing. But he looked guilty. You know that look someone gets when they're trying to convince you and themselves that what they're doing is okay? I asked him later if they were still texting. He admitted they were. Said he was trying to distance, but didn't want to hurt her feelings. That she didn't have anyone else and he felt bad. I told him again, she needs to talk to her husband or her therapist, not mine. Then tonight, after he got back from work, I sat him down again. I told him this can't keep happening. That my gut is screaming something isn't right. I needed to know everything. I asked him if she was still texting. He said yes. But then he added, I ended it today. I asked, ended what? And then, he told me everything. Apparently, earlier today, Danielle called him. Not just another, thanks for listening, check-in. She called with a purpose. She asked him flat out, are you really happy with her? She told him she's ready to leave her husband. That she wants out. That she's been thinking about Liam nonstop since they met up. And that if he felt even the tiniest bit unsure about our marriage, they could run away together. Just like that. Like this was some movie plot. He said hearing that snapped something in him. That all the nostalgia and warm fuzzy feelings he had from seeing her again suddenly turned cold. He saw her for who she was, the same manipulative person who tried to control him back in college, now wearing a new mask. The sad, broken wife playing damsel in distress. He told her no. That he loves me. That we have a real life together, and he's not going to risk it for a memory wrapped in emotional chaos. Then he blocked her. In front of me, blocked her number, her Instagram, deleted their texts. All of it. I watched him do it. He promised there would be no more contact. No more emotional cheating. No more pretending this wasn't spiraling into something dangerous. And maybe that should have made me feel better. But honestly, I'm still rattled. Because for a moment there, he hesitated. It's been a few days since he blocked her, and things have been weird. Quiet. Like that kind of silence you feel in your chest, not just your ears. Liam's doing everything right. He's trying to be present, affectionate, helpful, but it all feels like he's trying to cover a crack in glass with duct tape. The truth is, I don't even know how to feel. Like, yeah, he did the right thing in the end. But only after it nearly went too far. Only after she made her intentions crystal clear. Would he have ever stopped if she hadn't dropped that line about running away? Or would he still be texting her behind my back, playing emotional therapist to the woman who once broke him? That's the part one keeps circling back to. Not what happened, but what almost did. That moment he told me he still had feelings. That hesitation when I told him I wasn't comfortable with them talking. That flicker of something in his eyes when I asked if he was happy with me. I've never felt like I was competing with a ghost before. And now I can't stop wondering, am I his second choice? Did he choose me just because she left first? Was I the safe option after the storm? I hate thinking like that. I hate how she managed to crawl into our marriage like a parasite and infect it with doubt. She blew up her own life and tried to use mine as the rebound. And worst of all, I think she knew exactly what she was doing from the moment she hit send on that first message. I keep replaying everything. The meetup. The crying. The confession. That phone call. I trusted him. I really trusted him. And he let someone who hurt him once come back and almost do it again, this time through me. I told him I need time. That trust doesn't snap back into place like a rubber band. It takes rebuilding. Transparency. Honesty. And most importantly, boundaries. Real ones. Ones that don't get negotiated just because someone shows up with sad eyes and a sob story. He says he gets it. That he's committed to us. That this was a wake-up call he didn't know he needed. But me? I'm still standing in the fallout, trying to figure out what part of this was real, and what part was just nostalgia wearing perfume. It's been a couple of weeks now since Danielle was officially cut off, and from the outside, you'd probably think everything's back to normal. Liam's been going above and beyond, making dinner, checking in on me constantly, holding my hand like he's afraid to let go. But if I'm being totally honest, I don't know if things are normal. I don't even know what that means anymore. It's like, something broke. Quietly. Not with a big fight or a betrayal you can point to and scream about. But a subtle kind of damage. The kind where trust doesn't shatter, it just starts to leak. And now I feel like I'm walking around trying to carry something precious with a slow crack running through the bottom, hoping I don't drop it entirely. Liam keeps saying the right things. That he loves me. That he's sorry for letting it get as far as it did. That he didn't realize how much he still needed closure until she showed up again, and now that door is fully closed. Deadbolt. Locked. But I've started noticing stuff. The way he zones out sometimes. How he hasn't posted on social media in days, unusual for him. How he keeps picking up his phone, then putting it right back down like he's trying not to do something he used to do on autopilot. He says he's just being cautious, and maybe he is. Maybe this is what guilt looks like when it's trying to be good. As for me, I don't know where I stand, exactly. I haven't left. I haven't packed a bag or screamed at him or burned anything. But I also haven't relaxed. I feel different. A little colder. A little more aware. Before all of this, I would have said I trusted him with everything. Now, I trust that he loves me. But I don't trust that love will always be enough. Not when the past still has hooks buried in the softest parts of him. Not when someone can just come back, say a few pretty words, and crack open something I thought was sealed. Danielle is gone. That chapter is over. But the damage she caused, the doubt she planted, that lingers. And it's on me now, to decide whether I can truly move past it. Right now, I'm here. I love him. But I'm not the same. And maybe that's the part that hurts the most.